For a closer look at that, we're joined by CEO of Equality Texas, Brad Pritchett. Brad, thanks for taking the time. And first, I want to get your reaction to Texas Tech's new ground rules for how to teach about race and gender, and what impact you think that can have on Texas classrooms.
Well, first of all, I think that Texas is too big a place to be thinking so small. You know, the reality of the fact is that we in Texas, we're made of all kinds of people from all different backgrounds, from all different walks of life. And when we're limiting what students are learning about in the classroom, what we're really doing is limiting their ability to interact with the real world once they leave the halls of their universities.
And you talked about limiting what students are learning. Do you think that these policies are meant at erasing the presence of LGBTQ Texans from the curriculum at Texas institutions of higher education?
I think what we've seen in Texas institutions of higher education, at least the public ones, is a consistent attack on DEI policies and on LGBTQ plus people. In the previous legislative session, anti-DEI bills that passed restricted what students could learn about and restricted what organizations and clubs could exist on college campuses. We published the Campus Climate Report, which basically took a look at the impact of these anti-DEI laws on public university campuses across Texas. And what we found overwhelmingly was students who were LGBTQ plus were considering whether or not they wanted to stay in Texas once they completed their university work. And what that will likely do is rob us of some really valuable and really skilled workforce folks, because they're not going to want to stay in Texas because policies in the state are targeting LGBTQ plus people.
And do you think that there are any constitutional concerns with the memo and guidelines that were put out today?
I mean, I think the Constitution and the First Amendment are bedrocks of American democracy. Both of those things enshrine freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And I think it's really important for us to recognize that it goes both ways. Somebody has to have protected speech, which means protected speech also applies to learning about LGBTQ plus people. So we can't necessarily say that we are uplifting the Constitution if we're limiting the ability of people to learn about folks and limiting their ability to know what the actual world looks like beyond the halls of a university.
And the Texas legislature passed laws this year taking power away from faculty over what they teach in the classroom and giving more power to university administrators and the Board of Regents. Do you think that this is what they had in mind when they were passing those kinds of laws?
I think it's absolutely the goal of these types of laws was to restrict what could be taught. We've heard a lot about people attacking specific beliefs on college campuses, belief systems that weren't actually under attack. And what we saw from the Texas legislature was this attempt to ban the types of discussions on things that Texas legislators don't like. That's why they're going after the actual history of race in the country. That's why they're going after LGBTQ plus history and LGBTQ plus teachings. I think what we have seen is a drastic overreaction for the legislature with regards to how it is impacting public universities in the state of Texas.
Brad Pritchett, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage. And click the subscribe button here. You can also download our app and watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.